welcome. Let's get right to it. This is episode 25 of the PROi series, Practice Roadmap to Old School Iron. We are in Season 3, which is the late game, Chapter 2, which is, I'm calling it the rotation. I'm calling it Chapter 2 because in Chapter 1 we were setting up the rotation. So there were a couple of logistical things that we needed to do once we did SOT. We just had to take care of a few housekeeping items in order to make the rotation a little bit more comfier. But now we are actually in the rotation in this chapter, in this video. So the rotation being these items right here. CG and construction will be the longest grinds, but depending on how bored I get of them, I'll sprinkle in these things. These can all happen in parallel. These can all happen in parallel just to break up the pace a little bit. Of course, you want to do your farm runs. In the meantime, I've also outlined Slayer, my approach to Slayer a little bit. Depending on how bored I get of these things, I might dip my toes into Slayer a little bit because Desert Hard will unlock us Herb Lore. To do serious Herb Lore training, you want to get Desert Hard done so that you don't waste time cleaning herbs, right, and making unfinished potions. So that is on the agenda here. Besides that, this video is going to take me very long to make. It's just going to be me grinding it out. It's nothing all that interesting happening. Just mahogany homes, CG, maybe a little bit of wood cutting, crafting, upkeeping the dailies. Yeah, it's going to be very boring. And So, one thing. 41 days, 22 hours, and since the last video, didn't do much. Maybe I did a couple CG runs and did a farm run. Pretty much it. That's pretty much it. And then, so let's just go do, I think it's Furry's up, so let's do that. Oh man, this is really getting to me, dude. It is good at farming XP. Actually, I've been thinking a little bit about farming as well. I didn't realize that the farming cape gives you like a +5 bonus on your herb patches. So I was thinking about that a little bit. I'm like, maybe I want to like get into that, like try to push farming. But at this point, we're locked by just the the amount of seeds we have. Like, even if I was to like begin doing tree runs and shit, I would run out of seeds on my way to 99 farming. So there's no point to start the tree runs at this point. We don't have it banked yet. So, but maybe it would be a good idea to get a start on that. I don't know. I've been thinking about farming a little bit. Wondering whether I should like get started on that. Alright, I'm gonna be doing CG. Catch you later. Bye. So why am I in Night Farm? There is one thing that I want to get that is a throwback to very early stage in the account, which is the herb sack. We unlocked the herb sack way back then, but then we couldn't buy it because we didn't have the herb lore level. Now we're gonna get this thing, man. Oh yeah, feels good, bro. Feels good. Oh man, I got a little bit excited here for this. But no, it's not the enhanced. Welcome back. It's been a while, and I've been grinding away at Gauntlet and doing some construction as well. Let's take a look at the Gauntlet, by the way. So 115 actually, that also includes the failures, but I think I have like 93 completions. So looking good. Unfortunately, I didn't get any drops still. And now I was also like in my rotation, I mentioned I would also do like Master Mixology. However, I'm like, you know what? I think I want to do a little bit of Slayer, get 65 Slayer, and then do Desert Hard. And then that would allow us to make unfinished potions and clean the herbs, right? Because Desert Hard Diary is like really, really good for herb lore. Long story short, I'm just gonna go and do some Slayer. So let's do that. And I think we had a Blood Belt task, and oh right, and then okay, so I want to also do this. Oh yeah, okay. Oh shoot, I completely forgot about this. Okay, let's do Mauritania hard then. Oh god, we gotta do a few quests. Shoot, man. Okay. Let's do 8 of the hierarchy, I guess. Actually, you know what? I do not have time to play like actively right now. Welcome back. We were doing whatchamacallit. Insert to the hierarchy. I'm gonna continue that, and just prior to this, I was doing a farm run. Wrapped up with that. I also did a sporty kill. Unfortunately, did not get the bucket. So, okay, perfect. So we got everything. Now we can just teleport over there. I really need to get a fairy ring in my house. So 81, yeah, I'm kind of ways away from a fairy ring, I think. No, I'm not actually. I think a fairy ring is, um, what is it? It's 83, right? Because then we can boost to 86. I think 86 is when you can get the fairy ring. I would have to confirm, but maybe I should just, yeah, maybe I should just power through Mahogany Homes, get 83 and build a fairy ring. Fairy ring is very, very valuable, so. Alright, so we talked to Klaus Manstrom, I think. He's like, yo, can you help out my friends? The group is called the Myarchy, and we're like, okay, sure. Like this song, right? This part right here, I swear, there's like this Nintendo, like an ancient NES game. It's the exact same. Like there's this music from that NES game. It's like this ninja warrior in like a forest, right? I forget if I made this comment. I feel like I've made this comment before, right? It's the exact same, like that. Anyway. Okay, so yeah, we were asked to deliver these weapons, and this guy is one of the people. He's not like part of the group, the hierarchy, but he has dealings with them. So he is gonna help us get to them at least. So I'm gonna go and do that. Oh, and by the way, like the hierarchy are actually vampire slayers. There's this group called the Drakons that have, I guess, taken over this swamp, and they have influence here. They're kind of like freedom fighters, yeah. Oh no, Ventrum Klaus, the guy in Canifus, was actually a vampire. Uh-oh. Yeah, we didn't really get a whole lot done. Unfortunately, we, yeah, spoke to Ventrum Klaus. Okay, so Ventrum Klaus is this guy. Wait, what? I swear his name tag was Ventrum Klaus before. Hmm. Yeah, so I think Vanstrom is like an actual person, but then the vampire was like taking his place. But now I don't know where Vanstrom is, and I guess we can find that out in the next quest, which we have to do, so. Okay, and now, so the group's leader, I think, Viliaf, has asked us to go to Bergdarot. Bergdarot has, occupants, or like, so there's this town called Meredith. Meredith is, basically controlled by vampires, and there's a bunch of like humans that they keep, right? But some humans escape, and they basically go to Bergdarot for safety. So we're looking to go to Bergdarot to, I guess, maybe ally with those humans. Yeah, so we want like a hideout in Bergdarot where our Myarchy friends can camp out in safety. Okay, it looks like, given we lit up the first, so we've been basically helping out the town and repairing their stuff, right? So once we repaired the furnace, they were able to smell the smoke because it is fairly close to Meredith. So Meredith, or Bergdarot is like basically inhabited by people who escape Meredith. And yeah, so there's a guy, so Vanstrom, Klaus, was able to smell the smoke from the furnace over there. Boop, boop, and then yeah, was able to basically send Gatarangs. Gatarangs is like his henchman to collect tides. So we managed to hold off Gatarangs. And Gatarangs was a human working for, he was forced to work for the vampires because they had his family hostage. We did unfortunately kill him, but before dying, he made his kind of like peace with and asked for forgiveness. We're like, yo, bro, no worries, we'll protect your family. And now I guess we're gonna meet up with the crew, the Myarchy crew, and have them shift over from this hideout to the new hideout we prepped in PROi. So, the Myarchy people told us about a powerful weapon called Evandis, and now we're basically trying to search for that. We asked, Drezel for his help on what that could be. Okay, so Hallowvale used to be ruled by this Icene queen. And Icene, I think, are a race. It's definitely not vampires. It's like a different race. Or maybe it might be precursors to vampires. So Hallowvale people, the people of Hallowvale were like living happily under their queen, and then Zamorak invaded them, which I guess led to why some people revolted against him from the inside. And there were like some powerful fighters from Saradomin's side coming from the west, and one of them was Evandis of Lumbridge. Cool. And he had a powerful weapon, a rod, to fight against Zamarakian people in Mauritania/Hallowvale. Sweet! Alright, so we've given the Myarchy a new hideout. We've also given them a weapon that one of Saradomin's worshippers once used against Zamorak's influence on Hallowvale/Mauritania. So, okay, so we needed to do that because we were doing Mauritania Mary. Guess I can continue, but I think I'm gonna take a break. Oh crap, cabin fever. Gotta do cabin fever as well. Oh my god, Pirate's Treasure. What's Pirate's Treasure? Is that like that free-to-play quest? Oh my god, we haven't done that yet? 1743 total, by the way. Oh my god, are you kidding? How have I not done this yet? I thought this was like a requirement for the recipe for disaster. Anyway, we'll do that later, and then yeah, cabin fever into Mauritania medium into Mauritania hard, and then Mauritania hard into hard Cabos diary. Yeah, I want to get desert hard done for yeah, and then I'll do desert hard, and then actually no, we'll do 65 Slayer, and then we'll do desert hard, and that'll unlock Herblore. Alright, catch you later. Bye. Welcome back. We were doing Pirate Treasure for Cabin Fever. So let's do that. Oops. This is a pretty lesser known teleport to Port Serum. I feel like not a whole lot of people know about this. You can just teleport like this. This teleport is like really weird. It's a 4-in-1 teleport. Pretty nifty. Alright, so we spoke with this pirate called Redbeard Frank. He is wanting a specific rum, not just any rum, so that he can give us like a treasure map. And yeah. So he's told us the map is in a chest in the Blue Moon Inn in Brock. So we go open up the chest and look at the map, and then a pirate's treasure. Pretty useless. So I'll take the emerald. Alright, I'm gonna come back to this. I just gotta take a quick break. Alright, take it. Alright, we're back. Okay, so let's do Cabin Fever. Wow, there's like no item requirements. This is great. So I think I remember this quest. It's like gonna be entirely on a boat, I think. Alright, so we talked to Bill Teach, and he's looking for a pirate/crew member to help him set sail to Mostly Harmless. Mostly Harmless play on that is a pirate's kind of island where they can hang out and relax, and he wants to go there. Except for whatever reason, none of his other crew members are wanting to come with him there, so have mentioned like the route to mostly harmless has been like, yeah, been whatchamacallit, by like other parts kind of blocking the route. Alright, so we're officially a pirate now, because as long as we read this book and basically not overdo it with R, we've been like really heavy on our pirate speech, so we'll read this book. Can't believe I've not done a single lap of this. Oh, okay. I just realized, fairy ring in your house is actually 85 construction. Actually, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna build the fairy ring first. I'm gonna go and build the fairy ring. Alright, I'll see you in a second. Alright, so we're just wrapped up with the small structure grind, and then we'll build the fairy ring. Sweet. Okay. Did I do fairy ring part 2? Oh my god, I haven't done this yet. Oh shoot. Okay, so basically what's happened is, in this quest line, the fairy godfather has overturned the fairy queen, and I think he may have even set loose, whatchamacallit, the Tanglefoot? I'm not sure about that actually, maybe not, but so the fairy queen had a fight with Tanglefoot. She went under, like she basically took severe severe injuries from that guy, from Tanglefoot. She kind of, and then I think at that point, Fairy Godfather was like, okay, she's very weak at this point. I can stage a coup, and that's kind of what he did. Alright, cool. And then because we didn't know he was a bad guy, we gave him the Queen's Secateurs, but now we've sold them back. Gave them in the first quest line, now we stole them back. Now we're gonna go back to the hideout. Alright, so we gotta make a magic essence potion, and to do that we need to kill a Gorak. Goraks are on a certain plane, and yeah, that's gonna be like, I think they drop an ingredient. Oh, so Gorak is like, it gives a secondary ingredient, and the first ingredient I think is like starflower. Starflowers are kind of like the herb. This is like a very weird plane. Like a single purpose. And then there was this one cosmic entity there that wasn't all that helpful. Oh wow, yeah, so it wasn't even the Tanglefoot that killed her, or like that put her in this state. It was actually the Godfather. Because what happened was, she just explained, while they were going to get the Tanglefoot, the Tanglefoot like retreated, and then from behind she got like hit. Cool, this quest was like really short and sweet compared to the first quest. The first quest was like super tough. Not tough, but like really annoying. This quest was like, yeah, great. Alright. Let's go and do the hard diary. Alright, yeah, I'm gonna take a break. We'll come back later. Bye. Okay, so let's do brain robbery thing. Oh, okay, you have to progress in the quest before you make this. Cool. Oh wow, cool. So Rabbit Jack is mentioned here, which was actually mentioned in an earlier quest. And yeah, so remember those protesting zombies were looking for rum? They were under Rabbit Jack's kind of command. And now Migor, this is like, okay, so I have a little bit of backstory on this quest. We went to Mostly Harmless, went there by that guy who needed our help because his crew deserted him. We went over to that island, and then we found a monk who happened to be turned into a zombie, so he transported us to another island, which is called Harmony Island, which is this one. And that island is kind of like attacked by Migor. Migor is being controlled by Rabbit Jack, and Migor is turning the island's inhabitants and zombies. So their plan, Migor's plan, was to like induce sleeping gas on these guys to have them go unconscious, bring their bodies over to their lab and experiments on them. There's apparently a prayer book that can protect the monks on Harmony Island from the poison gas. Looks like so. When you do Soliceps, this prayer book's good to have, right? So this prayer book removes poison. This poison removal aspect of this book will be used in the quest. So cool. Our Sardone will keep the poison from affecting anybody within these walls. Perfect. Oh, now they want Dr. Frankenstein. Their brain operation. Okay, cool. Alright, so quick summary on what's happening here. We need to smuggle Dr. Frankenstein out. And in order to do that, we're gonna make a shipment of meat, quote unquote, and put it in this crate, load the shipment with meat, which are the wooden cats, and then we're gonna have that get inspected by this guy in Canopus. He's like the go-to meat shipper person, who's a werewolf, by the way. And yeah. Alright, Dr. Frankenstein's here, great. We need to get into the lab, and in order to do that, we need to grab some items to bust that lab. Well, the doctor needs items from the lab, and then we need to get into the lab. Okay, so we managed to raid the zombies, blew up their door, grab the items for Dr. Frankenstein. We defeated the bodyguard, but it looks like the scientist, the mad scientist, Migor, he may have escaped. Alright, so it's great. We're done the requirements hopefully for whatchamacallit. Mauritania Hard. And I love this variant, dude. So good. Especially in this like situation where we're doing Mauritania stuff. Oh, works so nicely. What the heck is this? Like, what is this? How is he doing that? On my other iron, I managed to get an enchanted gem. Oh, that was such a lifesaver, dude. That was so good. I don't know how the hell I got it. I actually got it within the first, I would say, 20 superiors. And man, it was so good. Alright. Let's kill a couple of these, maybe we'll get lucky. Way back in the day, I used to kill these for like GP. Fortunate, unlucky. Okay. Let's go and I'm going to now go to my house, and what we'll do is finish that Slayer task. It was a blood bell task. Alright, I'm going to pause the video here. We'll pick it up once we do this task. Finish up with Mauritania Hard, and we'll do Kebbles, and then we'll do Desert. Alright, welcome back. I got a little distracted with Gauntlet. Did a couple runs, and now I'm ready to do, whatchamacallit, the Mauritania Diary. So we gotta go grab a task from Makazani, or whatever that guy's name is. And again, some context, why we're doing this is because I want to get started with Herblore. We want to do Desert Hard eventually. And yeah, doing these are basically in alignment of getting started with doing a little bit of Slayer and doing Desert Hard. Yeah. Okay. Oh, they're dead. Oops. What the hell? Now I gotta platinum again? Shoot, dude. They didn't even change color. I thought they were done. Oh wait, okay, so it looks like we don't need to finish that task. We just need a task from him. Get a Slayer task, yeah, so we're done this. Okay, so what I can do is or do I want to cancel this? Nah, I don't think I want to cancel this. I might as well just do it, yeah. Let's just do it. Alright. Next up, I think, yeah, I just gotta wait now, right? We just gotta wait on timers. Yeah, okay, I'll do that. I just want to take a break. Later, bye-bye. Welcome back. I was at Harmony Island. I came here to do a couple of CG runs. Now I have some time. Play a little bit. So let's do that. It's kind of nice, like, doing the diaries a little bit later, because that way you can, like, use your house and just teleport around easily. Okay, so it looks like this town has come under a curse. We want to help lift it. They're suspecting it's because there was a traveler who was a worshiper of Saradomin. These guys were supposed to like protect them, but that traveler died. So they're thinking it's because of that. What's happening in this town so far is the well has dried up, and then like the river, they try to go get water from the river. By the time they like bring it back to the town, it gets dried up. Like the buckets, I think they just evaporate. So. Oh my god, there happens to be another guy doing this quest. Okay, so they've actually withheld the water. They've admitted to that. Oh, and these are the people who've killed the Saradomin priest traveler. And these guys killed that traveler because they feared he was turning people away from the desert ways. Yeah. Yeah, see, so the Tsarist priest persuaded people not to throw away the statuette of Libnus, which is, like, that's not cool, right? So. Okay, so we're gonna go fetch the statue. So yeah, the priest had them throw the statue in this crevice. What would happen if I try to pick up that lamp? Probably wouldn't let me, right? Yeah, okay. What if I cast this? No casting spells, okay. Oh, this guy's here. Cool, so we're gonna place the statuette, and everything's gonna be great. Yeah, perfect. Guess we're gonna pray here so that we can get that diary thing. Actually, I gotta get going, so we'll do this later. Take care, bye. Alright, we're back. I think we were doing Nakra's Lament, right? Oh, I remember this quest. This is like, there's like an ancient temple underneath, right? Alright, we met with Lazim, and Lazim is a sculptor. He was met by a terrible fate that no longer allows him to hold a chisel. And given he can't hold the chisel anymore, he's looking for us to help him build a statue. So first need to give him some sandstone. Oh wow, looks like he pushed us in. Alright, so we fell into this temple, and Lazim is actually not a sculptor, but rather like a plunderer of sorts. And he's promised us, if we can help him out plunder this temple, he'll give us a share, so we're like, okay. And as we're helping him, we're getting visions of the past, looks like. What the hell is going on? Why can't I use this bread on him? What? Oh, I've been using it on the spell, apparently. Okay, there we go. Oh, and Nakara's right there. So he's been like building this wall to wall her into the temple. I guess we're gonna do that. Help him out. They're both Majoratians or whatever. Neat. Yeah, so there's this guy Lazim. He basically tricked us into helping him plunder this temple. We found out history about this temple. We found Inakra. Inakra is a Sauros traitor. She is a supporter for Zamorak. And then we also found Anakesepu, whatever that guy's name was, the camel guy, camel person. and he was a loyalist, so he's with Saros. Apparently, Anakra had made him into like a slave, and then, but yeah, so we walled to reduce her influence on him, and then yeah. So anyway, neat quest. Okay, so I guess I don't know what's gonna happen with the scene. Oh yeah, he's right there. Let's see what he says. Alright, so yeah, didn't really say much besides, yeah, didn't really say much. Like, I'm a Samarakian mage. That's why I guess he was trying to help Nakra. And I think we can do most of Desert Heart as well, but then there's the Calphite Queen kill. That might be kind of challenging. Oh shit, I'm going the wrong way. Okay, so we've done as much as the Desert Diary as we can. And at this point, it's KQ and Dust Devil. I'm gonna call it here. Take care. Bye. Welcome back. In the last clip, we were doing some Desert Diary items. I am going to now move on and get Slayer out of the way. So we gotta get like 64 Slayer. And yeah, I'm just gonna get that out of the way and then we'll do the rest of the other diaries. Alright, so what I'm gonna do is, yeah, there's nothing interesting happening. I'm just going to be doing some Slayer to 64. Then we will knock out the diaries. So I will pick it up once I have 64 Slayer. Alright, take care, bye-bye. So I just finished up the Calphite task, and I just realized, wow, I can just use my Lunar Altar to get the task. So I'm gonna do that now. Alright, yeah, I'm gonna keep at this. Catch you later. Bye-bye. Welcome back. I finished up, or maybe not finished up, with the Bloodwell task. I ran out of prayer potions. And then I realized something. I'm like, wait, why don't I just go and do some quests for Slayer XP? So that's what we're gonna do. We'll just do some quests. Alright, so first up is General Shadow. Let's do that. Alright, so we spoke with General Khazard, and he is not wanting to talk to us, but he did say that if we talk to Sincere, which is actually a seer in Seer's village, and if she judged us worthy, then he would talk to us. So apparently we just basically bribed the Sincere, gave her 40 gold, and she wrote us a note to take to General Khazard. You have committed many sins and trusted in. So when we spoke to Sincere, she actually wrote that we were a very bad person, rather than us being trustworthy, which in turn General Khazard appreciated even more, because he's, I think, looking for like bad people. So now he's asked us to look for 4 of his scouts, which are located in 4 different areas, and we've found one already. Now we're finding the second one. And the general basically has a message for them that the planets are aligning, and basically telling them to get ready for his plans. Well, interesting. So this scout is mentioning that they possibly have a hand at igniting the war between Alcarid and Menaphos. We learned in some previous quests that Menaphos and Alcarid, especially like Osman, he doesn't get along with Menaphos, and it's possibly due to them kind of igniting, like feeling the flames sort of thing. Oh, cool. There's mention of Anakra's temple as well. Alright, so we got the messages from the scouts, and the scouts basically all they've referred to is they've kind of just given information of things that we've done in that area. So like, for example, the scout in Drainer Manor was like, okay, somebody killed Count Drainer. Tell that to the general. You know, so they kind of like, like, of our activities that we do, like for example, the Taibuana scout was like, okay, so there was an adventure, he helped out the village. So basically, like, they're telling him of activities that are occurring around, like, you know, that specific region, and those activities are in turn by us because we're the ones who are the quests. So this guy is like getting knowledge of what the world is like and what's going on in the world, sort of thing. Alright, it turns out that General Khazard has tricked us, and he kind of knows that we're trying to fuck with him, so it's kind of like, did a Mr. Burns release the hounds on us? Alright, so that was that, and now we're gonna do some other things that reward Slayer XP. There's also the zombie scroll we can do, so let's just quickly do that. That was it? I thought it would be higher. What? It's gonna give me like an XP map, right? Alright, sweet. There we go. That's better. Alright, yeah, that's not bad. And next we'll do, so we got this done. Wonder if I could do Path of Bluffery. Alright, so we spoke with King Bolrin, and we're a little bit concerned about this cute creature. We have experience with how these were actually spies by Gluffery, or was it Glory? Yeah, so we're like, yo, bro, you gotta get rid of that. And he's like, no, not without proof, so in the old quest, we basically were able to expose the creatures through the use of a device. That Oknox device with the crystals and stuff. We're looking to see if that device can be made here. Alright, so we learned a little bit of history between the Gnome Stronghold and the Gnome Tree Village. Particularly King Bolri of the Gnome Tree Village. He unknowingly kind of sabotaged the Gnome Stronghold king. He enlisted the help of this powerful mage, Glowry, and Glowry did some deception magic, basically, that kingdom, because they weren't sending help to fend off General Khazard. Anyway, long story short, there was this device constructed to get rid of deception and illusion magic, which Glowry is a specialist in. So now we're going to be basically using that device to see if that cute creature is evil. Thank God for the quest helper. Let's see if this illusion wears off. Yeah, and it did. So this is also an evil creature. So we were able to kill that evil creature. And now King Bolrin, I guess he's a descendant of King Balri. He wants to find, you know, Glowry. The Glowry was that mage who did that deception magic. So now we're going to be looking for Glowry, and the way to do that is there's one gnome that's been apparently tracking him. Now we gotta talk to that gnome that's been tracking him. Alright, so we found that tracker gnome that's been trying to find Glowry. So apparently there's this lost city, or not lost city, but it's a city that Glowry made called S3C2E25 or something like that. And that's where Glowry is. And this is what Long Ramble is trying to find. S3C2E25. Looks like we found a spirit tree near Long Ramble, and the spirit tree is actually not very healthy, so we're going to be looking to help him out. And we're suspecting that Glowry is the one who corrupted this tree. I forget the relationship between Glowry and Gluffery. I think Gluffery is like his ancestor. Glowry's ancestor, I think. Okay, looks like we got saved by Hazelmere. I'm not too sure of what that place was, that swampy. So I guess a quick recap on that last part. So we fixed that spirit tree, or at least Hazelmere did. Then we went down these sewers, and I'm not sure why we did that. I think it was to search for Gluffery. And we went down those sewers. We got overwhelmed by those terror birds. They pressed that red button, and yeah, Hazelmere at the very end was able to save us. But kind of a loose end. Guess we'll see what happens in the next quest line. I think I might take a break and just do some CG, a little bit of CG. Alright, got a little bit distracted with CG, unfortunately no drops. Let's go on over to Elder something. Alright, so we went to a pub in Auburnvale back there, and there was some missing persons posters. Now we're like, we asked around in the bar if anybody knew anything. They didn't really know much. Now we managed to find this guy. He might know something. So that guy's convinced there's these weird two-legged creatures that make scraping noises and come at the night. Those are the people, or those are the creatures that have taken the kids. We spoke with the parents of the missing kids. They allowed us to look around the house a little bit. We found we found some liquid. It wasn't blood, but it was like red liquid, like this guy, like this red liquid here. There's a trail of it actually that is leading here. Wait, what? There's a guardian of Armadale following us? What? So this message obviously is not part of this quest, but they're asking us to ally with the Guardians of Armadale. There's a person in Taverley we should speak to. That's what they suggested. And they kind of went over our past kind of quest decisions. They're like, we know you helped out Lucian, but please reconsider. You're a good guy. You helped out, stop the invasion of Varrock, because there was going to be a zombie invasion by Zabragol, right? We stopped that. So they're like, please, you're a good guy. Help us out. I'm like, okay. So we'll do that later, I guess, but like way later. Alright, so we managed to find a cave. We found a boy. It looks like might be the missing people. Oh, we took the boys back. Okay, after we helped out the boys, we talked to them, and they're like, actually, there's one more missing person there. You gotta help them out too. So we're like, oh shoot, okay. So yeah, we rescued the boys, we rescued Antos, and we killed some of those creatures. And the local law enforcement's like, yo, if you want to ever kill some more of those creatures, be our guest. We're like, okay. Alright, so now we gotta do moons. Perilous moons. Let's do that. Alright, welcome back. Actually, I had to take a break, and we'll have to do this again. Let me see, where were we? Perilous moons, yeah. Okay, looks like there's something that's gone awry in the city, and the dwarf needs all the help he can get. He's very reluctant to include our help, but he finally gave in. And first thing we want to do is kill these Nagua. And then I'm sure there's like more problems inside the city as well, so. Alright, so we entered the ruins, and everybody has different opinions on what it means. The archaeologist, which is Jess, is saying there's an inscription underneath one of the murals. There's a couple murals here. Pretty cool looking murals too. This place is just really, really cool. Overall, like what they did with the art design and everything, it's just cool. But anyway, she is looking to need more time to decipher the inscriptions. So we were done exploring the 4 tunnels and connecting to the starting room. Then after starting room, there was the description, or the inscriptions were decrypted by Jess. She's like, there's some emissaries that are like sealed within these tunnels and within these ruins. Now we're kind of making a judgment call whether we should like go and free them or not. We also discovered these water and earth talismans inside the ruins, which is kind of weird. And then we brought the talismans to the local rune shop to ask them of their assistance. Let's see what they say. She cast a spell on the talismans, and now she is asking us to bring them to another person, to a blacksmith. So the blacksmith also infused the talismans apparently with some energy or something. So it looks like the infused talismans are guiding us through the tunnels, and yeah, we'll see where they take us. Okay, there we go. Finally, bro. Okay, so we found the warden. She's told us that this is actually a prison. It's a prison for these 4 beings along with their summoner. And I think maybe the summoner is the, whatchamacallit, the emissary. the ancient emissary that we were hoping to reach. That's been sealed. So, yeah, so we're gonna take this knowledge to Jess and see what she says. Yeah, so Zuma was actually in the quest, back to the quest. Zuma, who was part of the initial expedition, and he was in the central room, he kind of went rogue and tried to seek them out himself. And obviously that didn't go well for him. He got shit on. Alright, so I guess to wrap up this quest, in short, basically there was these ruins that were discovered by the dwarves. Dwarves enlisted the help of an archaeologist named Jess. Jess explored the ruins, and then we also helped her out. And then these ruins are actually a prison for the 3 moons. The moons are basically like avatars summoned by this ancient summoner. I forget the entire details of that guy, but that summoner summoned the moons. The moons need to be kept imprisoned. They can't go out of balance. So then there's this warden, that person in the middle room, that giant like spirit thing. So she basically like keeps them in check, and they try to escape. She helps enlist the help of summoners like us, this guy for example, and then they keep the moons in check. So it's kind of lore behind this. I really like this place. The graphics, or like the art style setting, is just really good. Music, everything. Okay, so let's take a look at where we are. Perilous moons are done. Alright, we're back, and we're doing the Kebble's Diary, right? So, let's do some more of that. Alright, sweet. So now we got Sanctifier. Sanctifier is going to come in useful for doing some Slur, get some passive prayer XP, so that's nice. Tiny little bonus, but we'll take it. Okay, I think I want to go kill the Calphite Queen now. Finish up the Desert Diary. Okay. And then we gotta run here, but I need some run energy, so get out a bit. At this point, I think I'm just gonna power through, right? Do this and power through. Dude, let's go, man. This is ridiculous. Alright, we're done. The Desert Diary. Oh, we gotta do one more task, which is the, yeah, Dust Devils, which is not a problem. Alright, sounds good. Take care. Bye-bye. Welcome back. I've been doing some farm runs, and I've also grabbed the Mauritania Diary. So I got the Bittercrap mushrooms. I'm gonna go ahead and put these on Herblore. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go and get Slayer to 64. However, I think what I want to do is Karamja Easy Diary. Yeah, so I'm gonna just go buy the Obsidian Plate Body because I don't want to do Fighter Torso. Too long, too annoying. Don't want to figure it out. Now we got the gloves. Yeah, I'm gonna take a look and see if how much it would be with the gloves. Karamja gloves. I thought you can. Oh man, it's actually inside. Oh man, that's not good, bro. That sucks. I mean, we always need Toko. We need some for the Onyx, right? I'm not all that, yeah, not all that peeved, but we will have to wait to purchase this thing. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and do this Blood Bell task. We'll pick it up once we have 64, whatchamacallit, Flare, and then we'll do Desert Hard. Alright, sounds good. Take care. Bye. Man, I've been killing these, and I really like the drop table. Like, it's just so good, man. I'm completely breaking even with my cannonballs, and yeah, I don't know. Drop table is just so good. So I'm really like looking forward to how the stronger variants would be. Unfortunately, I can't kill them because you need like first air level. But yeah, I'm really enjoying these. Super AFK. Set up a cannon here, just completely AFK. They drop rune arrows, a little bit of runes. Like, yeah, I love the drop table. welcome back. We finally have enough points for unlocking the Slayer helm, but the problem is the Black Mask. So let's see what she gives us. Now there's two options. I can just do tasks and hope for a cave horror task, but I don't think I want to do that. I think I'm just gonna kill cave horrors off task and just try to grab the Black Mask. It's gonna take way too long. One thing I remember is back in the day you couldn't go through here like this. You know, like this path right here. Or you would have to like go all around like that. Actually, let me demonstrate. Like you would have to go like, you would have to come from here, go around, and go into that cave like that. Come down here. It would always really annoy me. All right, so I'm gonna be here. I think I'll just record all the footage till I, get the Black Mask. I guess another thing I can do is take the holes a little bit. So, we take a look here. So we did this already. We did this. We did Sanctifier. We have way higher than 64 Slayer now. Get rid of that. Desert Heart is also almost done. Once we get the Black Mask, we can kill the Dust Devil. I've also started a new section on the diaries I need to do. So I'm definitely not gonna do, like, for example, Falador Diary. Like, we don't need to do that at all. So these are the ones I've outlined. These are absolutely necessary. Ooh, let's go, baby. We're done. Let's go. Black Mask. I think we want to go and build the Slayer Mask, right? Oh, nice. From Dagger. Let's go. Slayer Mask, man. Slayer Helmet. Oh, man, that feels good. What a milestone. Love it, man. So, we need to enchant this guy. And the way to do that is you buy these scrolls of Imbue. And you gotta go to a PvP world. So, let's just do that. Let's go. I think that should be it. Let's get this. Use that. Perfect. Let's wear this for the Desert Diary. Sweet. Oh man, I love it, bro. A level of that. Nice. 75 Herblore. I think I'm gonna call it here for this episode. Yeah, so this episode, I think what we did was we actually got a magic level. I was doing a little bit of AFK, making some planks. Then we did the Desert Diary, then we did some quests, we did the Mauritania Diary, we did the Kebos Diary. Yeah, bunch of stuff, bunch of progress this episode. Like in the beginning of the episode, I'm like, there's gonna be a very long episode where I'm gonna be grinding it out, getting a bunch of like doing a bunch of CG, doing all this kind of stuff. I got distracted, but then in the beginning of the episode, I did say I might do a little bit of Slayer and get this out of the way, and now we've like gotten this out of the way completely. I really wanted to do the Desert Diary. It's so critical for Herblore, and now we're done that. And I think I'm gonna go a little bit harder now on herb runs because I can actually do Herblore now. Yeah, so this stats. Okay, yeah, let's take a look at the time played. 43 days, 18 hours. Looking good. Yeah, awesome. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye.